Mr. Smith.
Hey, welcome to the King and Me show. I'm one half of this thing, King.
Hey y'all, it's me, Michelle. How y'all doing?
And we are here for the first Monday in 2025. Look, we are 6 days in,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you, this year is already starting off to be interesting. That's all I'm gonna say on these Al Gore internet.
Okay.
As I've discovered some stuff that I'm still processing right now. I'm all right. Let me let y'all know I'm fine. It ain't nothing too crazy.
He's just a little under the weather right now.
That too. All right. So
I want us to give an explanation because, like, you can hear it in them.
yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't apparent, y'all, your boy's up under the weather as well. So bear with me. If I sound like my rapping name could be something like Little Pistol Starter, boom, boom. If I drop a good 16 bars, know that the album coming out soon. But in the meantime, the King and Me show is a live stream adjacent in which Michelle and I attempt to offer a real outlook on a healthy relationship. Real being relatable,
Entertaining,
accountable,
and loving.
We appreciate y'all rocking with us. We're on multiple platforms. If there's a like button on your platform, do us a favor. Mash that like button. Today's episode is not live. This is pre-recorded. We're projected to get, I don't know, somewhere between 5 to 6 inches of snow, and I'm here for it. So with that being said, as this lovely lady and I don't live together yet, we decided to do this pre-record to make sure that we don't miss a Monday. That's something that we don't do. We don't miss. We like Steph Curry on the content creation game. Have we ever missed one since we've gone? We don't miss no more.
I'm still bitter about it. I'm still bitter about it.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, let's jump right into it. We have these cards from Let's Get Deep. We have a link to this in the description box below. I think it's a great conversation starter for people that are out dating, trying to get to know somebody. So if you're not somebody that understands or you're not great at communicating and you don't use AI to help you out, pull out one of these cards or bring it on a date and ask your date these questions. So I'm going to bring up a deep question.
Oh, wow.
And
it's been so long since we've done it. So, I haven't seen it in forever.
And Michelle and I haven't looked at this. So I'm going to read it to her first and get her to answer. Okay. Name one thing you've been wanting to do, but I've been pushing it off.
One thing I've been wanting to do, but I have been pushing it off.
Speak up.
No, I was talking to myself. I don't know. I can't really think of anything.
Okay.
I say because I either have ADHD and carpe diem the way through, or I just don't have anything.
Okay. For me, I've been talking about going to Mount Rushmore for years. I've traveled all over the world, y'all. I've been to over 20 different countries. I've either landed in, driven through, or stayed in every 50 continental U.S. states and I think all U.S. territories, actually. I need to double check that. But I've never seen a lot of our landmarks. And what I'd like to do, especially in this digital day and age where you can document stuff way easier than you could 20 years ago, is I'd like to visit Mount Rushmore. So if I can, because we have a trip to Japan that we're going to take summer of 2025, if between that and the end of the year the opportunity presents itself, I'm going to Mount Rushmore. I chose a certain pronoun because I don't know if our schedule's going to align up so that we can go to Mount Rushmore. So, yeah.
I thought about something. It's not like I won't say it's related to this, but what I will say is it's January and we have until September for me to visit 11 states.
Why until September?
Because remember, we're trying to get me to 50 by 50, which means I need to get to 39 by 39. And I'm at 28.
Oh, babe.
You agreed to it.
I didn't really know what I was agreeing to.
I put it to you. I even put it in writing so that you could read it.
I don't know how you're going to pull that off. You would have to like land somewhere in Colorado, get in a car, and just do this and drive until you touch 11 states. Because most of your 11 states are all on the West Coast pretty much, or the western side of the US.
It really is. I looked at it, and aside from Indiana, every state that I need to visit is beyond that cusp.
Yeah, you might have to make an amendment
Indiana
to that.
is literally the closest one, unless Indiana, Missouri, and Louisiana are like the closest ones that I haven't visited yet.
Yeah, you might have to amend that.
You agreed to it.
I didn't know what I was agreeing to. I'm just saying.
Honey.
Just saying. Just saying. You might have to amend that bad boy.
I don't want to. Well,
It
there's
is what
something.
it
Hold
is.
on. What's the card say? Name one thing you've been wanting to do and you've been pushing off. I want to visit those 11 states.
You just wanted
It doesn't
to do
matter.
that.
It doesn't matter.
Horrible. Horrible. Now, since this is the first Monday of 2025 and we have our new calendar,
Yes. 'cause
let's
it's
do
a
the
new year.
reveal.
Okay.
Brr, drum roll. Brr.
So this is what the outside looks like because I'm like totally obsessed with those pictures that we took for our anniversary.
That's one of my favorite pictures.
So this is it. I took a picture that we did in January of last year from our live stream.
Hey.
And I put it in there. We were matching in our flannels. So.
Lumberjacking it up.
Lumberjacking it up.
I like it.
Bam, bam, bam. Crisp.
That's dope. All right. So if you're new, Michelle is very creative in the things that she likes to bring up.
Yeah.
So she has a calendar of every month that has a picture of things that we did the prior year.
In that month. Yep.
And that's for me because, y'all, my memory is garbage. Trash.
So bad. Got to
Horrible.
say it in French. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's get started because I need to preserve your voice.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for thinking about me.
Yes.
Thank you for making dinner for the week. That's my appreciation thoughts to say to you this week. That's something that I think we should do. We should ensure that we have an appreciation message for each other to ensure that the other person understands that we love the other person. So from me to you, I want to say thank you for coming over, taking care of me when I've been sick, and for making my dinner and lunch and breakfast for the next 5 days. Thank you.
This is going to sound selfish, but I swear it's not. Thank you for letting me do that. And I say that because I am trying to this year be very intentional about loving you through your love languages, not mine. And your love language is acts of service.
Yes, ma'am.
So I wanted to be able to do that, but you could have said no because
when I get sick, I don't like people to be around. No.
He's grumpy. He's a grumpy.
No, I just
He's
like
a grumpy.
sitting in my bed doing nothing, maybe scrolling through Facebook or TikTok, and just recovering in silence.
And he's grumpy. So, thank you for letting me come over to take care of you because it does my heart good to know that you're okay.
Thank you.
All right, let's get into it.
You're welcome for my presence.
You are welcome for my kitchen work.
No doubt. Now, today's topic and what we decided to kick off 2025 with is to just go right into what we're about. And Michelle and I have been talking, and we think that people got the game messed up. If you were intentional about dating in 2024 and you did not find anybody, well, try what we're going to suggest into 2025. So do this in 2025 to find success on the dating marketplace. Now, let's start this off. What's your definition of dating?
My definition.
Ah.
My definition of dating is having, I can't say alone. Like every word I try to go to, like I have to pivot. So spending quality time with someone to further assess long-term compatibility with that person.
Okay. All right. I have a very similar definition of dating. So let's define the role and what me and Michelle are going to present. For our show and what we do, we talk about monogamous relationships, meaning one person to one person doing life together that way. You will find that, man, as we're out here and as we're talking to more people and as we're listening to other conversations, our group of people that we hang out with are fairly the same. But online, you're starting to see a lot more of the polyamorous type situations.
Yeah.
And
that's not us.
And for me, it's just because I think people don't really understand what they want. When they're out finding people, they're finding people that don't align with what it is that they're also trying to gain as well. Now, here's the other thing. So my first thing that I'm going to say, and this is me speaking to men, thing number one that you want to do to find success dating in 2025 is to actually know what it is that you want and don't lie to yourself and others about it. Too often, you'll see people on dating apps looking for this, looking for that, right? When about 80% of the men that are on these dating apps aren't looking for anything real or anything long term. They're looking for a hookup, short term, something now, and a booty call. And the crazy part is this, is if you put that in your profile, you'll actually match with people that are willing to do that as long as they perceive you as somebody that fits whatever they're looking for sexually. Plain and simple. But too many people want to play mind games. I'm not going to call out who this person is, but a close friend of mine sent me, since she's back on the dating market, conversations that her and men have been having. And there was one in particular, oh my goodness. This guy looked handsome, all of this jazz. He started, profile was like approved on what I would say is a solid profile that you would think that the person wouldn't be playing any games. Her profile, she's not provocative. She's dressed like somebody that you would bring home to your mom, right? That's what our profile is giving off. Wholesome, sweet, good. And this person, I would say, fit that category as well. Yet, people see her body and they make assumptions, and the conversations 90% of the times go sideways because they want to sexualize her instead of get to know her. And when I tell you, nothing about her profile and nothing about the way that she talks gives that off, it's the men automatically going there with her. And I don't know if they're just like wanting to poke to see, all right, well, you know what, I'm going to see how loose or how fast she is. But when you look at their profile is not indicating booty call, hookup, things like that. So to me, men, be genuine about what you actually want instead of playing games with other people out in this dating marketplace.
And So the reason why I'm rubbing your back is because as you were talking, I'm like, oh my gosh, if you keep up with that same level of intensity, your voice is gonna be gone before.
I got this. Don't worry about it. Let's go.
All right. So my first piece of advice for women is, can we please? And this is not me trying to police your body or anything like that, but this is me saying, can we go back to more of a modern approach to how we present ourselves? So what I mean by that is, I'm not talking about attire. I'm not talking about attire at all. I'm not talking about your your sexualism or anything like that, like how, or being like over sexualized or anything like that. I'm saying we have come to more of a transactional type of society where men are only coming to us for one thing because it's the one thing that we keep giving away.
Yes.
So can we stop giving it away? So if a man is looking for something, right, he'll go to a store and look for it. And if the store has it, he'll buy it. Mm-hmm. However, if the store doesn't have it, he'll go next door. If that store has it, he'll buy it. But if that store doesn't have it, he'll go to the store next door. Mm-hmm. If that store has it, he'll buy it. If that store doesn't have it, he'll go to the store next door. Can we stop being the stores that have it?
I like that.
Like, that's just what I'm trying to say. And again, I'm not trying to police your bodies or what you do with your bodies, but I'm just saying the reason why men, for the lack of a better term, treat us like trash is because we allow them to. Mm-hmm. And we say, well, you know, it's my body. I get to do whatever I want. And I'm not disputing the fact that it is your body. I am saying that every action that we do in life comes with a consequence. So when we continue to do that as a species, as a whole, it continues to make men think that they can only come to us for one thing, and that's the one thing they keep coming to us for. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Okay. I like that. And everything that you said about that, I agree with as well. Your analogy was really on point.
Because I'm just like, I'm not trying to be like anti-feministic or anything like that. I of all people am not going to say that a woman should be told what to do with her body. But I'm just saying that if men are looking for something and they keep getting it wherever they're going to keep looking for it and look for only that. They're not going to look for something else.
Well, the marketplace isn't changing. Mm-hmm. It's not going anywhere. So let's dive a little bit deeper into that. Who or how do you get the women that are benefiting to change their mind? Because look, there are people on OnlyFans racking in millions of dollars.
Right.
From showcasing their body online to men. So they're putting it out there on the market and men are paying for it.
But so then that's twofold. Number one, why did a woman think that she could do that? Because some guy somewhere said, hey, I'd be willing to pay for it. So she's like, okay, I'll sell it. And then furthermore, she's able to do it because people keep paying for it. So if it's kind of like it's looking at the economy, a supply and demand type thing. Stop supplying it and the demand will most likely go up. But if the demand goes down, then we're not going to supply it anymore. It's really a supply and demand thing.
I hear what you're saying, and it's difficult for me, even when I was given my suggestion, to actually see that people are going to apply it. Because right now, even going back to what I said that men should do, my point feeds directly into what you just said. Because if a man can lie and then go and, let's say his store number one didn't work out so well, he can go and have a transactional thing over in store number two, and store number two might even be cheaper than store number one
Exactly.
Man, wow. All right, y'all, look. If you're authentic, like Michelle and I are portraying ourselves to be,
we are.
I like to think we are. Actually, straight up, how we are here is how we are in person. If you've met us, you can vouch that. But if you're authentic and you're really, really trying to find somebody and turn things around in 2025, understand that you're already in a small category in just that part right there. That part of being authentic, being yourself, and trying to find somebody that will love you for that. Love you for being who you authentically are. And it's going to be difficult. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not easy. But if you're not putting yourself out there, then you're already, I'm not losing time, but you're not gaining anything by not putting yourself out there. Mm-hmm. So to my next point, the next thing that I would offer men to be able to do to increase their dating success in 2025 is to master the art of conversation.
Ooh.
Use every opportunity to engage and have conversation that you can. Don't waste time, right? Mm-hmm. There was a guy in one of the Facebook groups that I'm in where he talked about after being married for 12 years, he's now back out into the dating marketplace. And I like that he used marketplace.
Okay.
Because it at least tells me that he understands marketplace value. Mm-hmm. And he talked about how he's having mixed success talking to women online. He said either they're boring to talk to,
okay,
or things will go places and then it seems like they'll kind of ghost them. And I said, bro, it's because you're not getting to the point fast enough. I said, if there's true, genuine desire for you among the 13 conversations that she's juggling, within 10 messages, you're setting up a meet.
Right.
And I'm like, and if you think that's too fast, I said, get somebody that you trust that's on dating apps, that's a woman, to show you their messages from their dating apps. And your mind will be blown by the amount of thirsty men in her messages trying to talk to her, as well as the amount of conversations she might be juggling. So you're going to have to compete automatically right there. So you should master conversations on text messaging as well as in person. And there's plenty of ways that you can do that. You know what you can do that is very low
stakes?
Low stakes, thank you.
Low investment? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, low stakes, low investment. There's chat bots that you can literally say, you could go to ChatGPT right now and you can say, ChatGPT, pretend that you're a 34-year-old woman from Alabama.
I would be so upset.
I need to improve on how to communicate for flirting and dating. Let's have a conversation that can help me improve my flirting and dating conversation. And you could sit there and have a whole conversation. Now, I said low stakes, low investment. Is that the one thing that you should do? No. The only way really to improve that is to have conversations. No matter how fruitful or unfruitful you might think they are, because even the unfruitful ones will let you know what you're willing to tolerate and what you're willing to not tolerate.
I would be so upset.
Why?
If I found out that a man that I was talking to was using a chat box to communicate with me.
Not to communicate with you,
no, but I'm saying,
to improve his game.
But I hear you saying that, and I hear someone taking that little 30-second clip and use that to be able to talk to someone.
It's happened.
That would frustrate me. As someone who's a sapiosexual, so I need powerful, strong conversations to be able to have with a man. I'm telling you now.
It's happened. It has already happened. It has been reported that somebody got caught getting replied back to, not from the person themselves, but they were taking the conversation, putting it into ChatGPT, and then doing the reply back over. And how they got caught was they forgot to take take something out, like the timestamp or whatever. And that's how they got caught. There's even a dating app in development in which you program your digital avatar on how you would respond to something. And that avatar acts like you and has digital conversations with somebody else's digital avatar. And if they think that it's a match, if the algorithm goes, y'all seem like y'all would get along, It'll then say you're a match with so and so and suggest that y'all have an actual in-person date. That's where we're going to
Oh my
if we
gosh.
don't get people to change.
I love you. I'm never leaving you. Like, I'm never, ever, ever leaving you. We will be old, gray, and in the dirt together. Because nope. Nope.
You don't want to go through that?
Nope. The video that I recorded of us earlier and posted it, that is how I feel, okay? I cater to whatever you need, okay? I got you. I got you. Because I'm not, no, okay? No.
What's your second thing that you would give to the ladies out there? Y'all, pay attention.
Because you asked me to say things to the ladies, I'm going to say that this is to the ladies, but in all honesty, it's to both. Don't date if you're not healed, okay? Do not go out there looking. No, I'm gonna put that on the shelf for later. That's a bonus one later. Do not go out there, ladies, this is my part 2 advice. Do not go out there looking for a man to be your savior.
Ooh.
So what do I mean by that?
Yeah.
I'm not going to speak to your religion. I'm going to say to mine. I'm a Christian. Jesus is my savior, right? King is my man, not my savior. I am not expecting him to come and be Prince Charming and rescue me from every single situation that I'm in, nor am I going to fabricate a situation so that he can play the hero and I can play the victim and he can come and rescue me. That's not how this is going to work. We are in a relationship. He is not like, there's no S on his chest. There's an Alabama across his chest, okay? There's no S on his chest. Well, actually, I don't know. There's no S on his chest. He's not about to scale buildings and who's that in the air? Is that a plane? No, that's Super King. Like, no, that's not what this is. I am not expecting him to be my savior. And I think too often women enter into the dating world thinking that this man is going to be their savior. So, you're behind on bills or whatever. I need a good man who's going to come and take care of me. Or you are a mother with one or more children and I need a man who is going to come and he is going to take on this kid or these kids and love them like they are his own and provide for us and, do all the things. No, why are you counting, man, gender aside, why are you counting on someone earthly to do something like that? Like, that is on you. And I think one thing I see too often as I scroll through things is that women are looking for men to be all of that and more. And that's not fair to the man for him to have to come in and live up to these expectations that you have created for the man in your life. Now, there are some things where I'm just like, I don't feel like that's unreasonable. And there are other things that I'm like, that's a bit much. So something I don't think is unreasonable. I don't think it's unreasonable for you to say that you would like a man who gives you physical attention. So one of my love languages is physical touch. I like that. That's one of my love actions, right? I don't think it's unreasonable to ask a man to honor my love languages. I don't think that that's unreasonable. But for me to say, well, King, this is what my monthly bills look like. And in order for us to be together, you need to be willing to cover a portion of that.
I'm broke.
I think that is 1,000% unreasonable. And that's what we see. Like, if you scroll through these dating sites, if you scroll through social media, you will see women who are saying that the man who dates them needs to be able to pay for their hair and their nails and all this other stuff. To this day, I want to say you and I have been together for 2 years, 3 months. And during that time, I think you have paid for my nails probably like 4 or 5.
2, 3. More than 2, less than 5.
More than 2, less than 5. Okay. And each time he did it, I was as surprised as I was the time before that he did it. I'm like, that is so sweet. You did not have to do that. Thank you so much for doing that.
You're welcome. And she never asked. It was just
never asked.
Because I go and get mine done too.
We go to the same place. So it's kind of like, oh, Michelle, he's already paid for you. Oh, thank you. Like, as soon as my hands are dry, let me message King and say thank you. It's not an expectation. When he met me, my nails were done.
Yep.
So that means I was paying for it already before him. So that's something that I can continue. And then I also say, ladies, if you can't continue maintenance of your body without someone else paying for it, then you don't need that maintenance of your body.
Let me ask you this, though, just to be straight up. Why do you do your nails?
That's a 2025 question. I say that because as I'm looking at my budget, it's a 2025 question. So I started getting my nails done. The first time I started getting my nails done, I was 12, right? And then I stopped getting my nails done in 2017. So I'd gone for like 19 years of getting my nails done. I stopped in 2017 and then I started doing them again in 22 or 22. I started doing them again in spring of 2022.
So a little bit before you and I met.
Right, because I work at a high school and I was going to the high school's prom and I was just like, oh, I want to get my nails done. Why do I get my nails done? Not my toes, but why do I get my nails done? Honestly, because when you met me, they were done and I'm like, I do want to keep that maintenance up because that's how you met me. But that's on me. That's the financial thing on me. However,
did I ever comment or did I notice? I'm not sure.
I mean, you pick my nail color every time I go.
I mean, the first time when you and I met.
No.
Were they were Jamaican themed color?
I think so because you met me on Independence Day.
Yeah.
But here's the funny thing though. I can say that now that
Did you get your nails done knowing you were meeting me?
No, I had my nails done. I can say that right now, this is not your expense. It's something that I was doing before you. It was my maintenance before you. It's not your expense. However, when we pull our funds together and we're living together, technically, even though I earned the money, it's a joint pool of cash. So technically, you would be paying for it. So that really is a conversation. Do I still need to get my nails done?
You know.
Now, don't get me wrong. That does not include pedicures. Pedicures are different. Pedicures are needed. That's a necessary. In my 50, 30, 20, that definitely goes into the 50. That's a necessary.
So you see my feet. Are they necessary for me?
That's a 50% for you, yes.
Dope.
50, 30, 20 budgeting.
Hey, look, y'all, guys, fellas, I don't have no shame. I get pedicures. I get manicures. I get waxed.
Now, the waxing, I should charge that to you. The first waxing that I got was
because of me.
Was because of you, because you said something and I was like, oh.
But it's not bad though, is it?
Yes.
Is it?
That woman, that still hurts. Every single time I told that woman, I was like, every single time I know you're about to do it and it still hurts.
Man, I guess I thought that ladies were supposed to be better at pain tolerance than guys.
Nah, man, that thing hurt. I'm not sure. Because here's the thing, right? I had a friend of mine, Jennifer. She's an esthetician, or she was an esthetician, and she used to wax my eyebrows like decades ago, right? And she would always tell me when she was about to pull it. So it's like my mind could like adjust to it or whatever. And then like most people, she would pull and then she would immediately put her finger there to kind of like dull the pain. Bless her heart. Carmen, my lady now, nah, homie. We'll just be talking. I'll feel her put it down and then we'll be talking and then she's like, whoosh. And I'm like, oh, every single time I'm like, oh, man, that hurts. And then that one time that I accidentally went 9 weeks, never again.
Never again? Okay. Well, that's something that we can talk about. This is a little bit off subject, but I think we are kind of in agreement. In my opinion, I think the one pot works best for people that are both dual income workers. Her and I actually agree on this. It would be a different conversation if we did not.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when you find somebody, right, you do what works best for y'all. But y'all's approach to that needs to be sit down, communicate with it, and see what type of game plan that y'all could get on. Don't just agree to go along because you want to get that person. That's foul and that's wrong. If you are against what it is that they're talking about, that's your opportunity to say something so that you don't build resentment for agreeing to something that you never really wanted to do.
Yeah, like when he and I move in together and we have that whole financial conversation, there are a lot of things that we have to talk about. Things that, we would be paying in redundancy. For example, like I have Verizon, so Disney Plus is free for me. Disney Plus comes with Hulu Basic, and ESPN Plus and Discovery Plus and all of those. All of those are bundled together. So if you're paying for Disney Plus, like we'd have to look and see Verizon. There are two things for me financially that were non-negotiables.
Your Verizon account, which I still think is, you know how I feel about it, so we won't go into it.
It's non-negotiable if we're here. If we move into a place where Verizon is not the stronger company, then that's something totally different.
Thank you, because that's reasonable. What else?
Second, I do believe in paying tithes. So I do believe that 10% of my income goes to the church. That's me.
Mm-hmm. I'm not against that. Those 10% of your
mine,
money.
Of mine, not of King's, not of let's combine this together and now that we're sitting at this. No. 10% of mine. That's something that I stand 10 toes down on.
Yeah.
But other than, so I guess it's technically a one and a possible as far as non-negotiables, because I don't want to renege or anything in the game of life. I don't want to renege in it. But no, it's one and a possible that I would say. And the Verizon is totally based on where we live. If we live in an area where Verizon is not the king of that area, then that statement wouldn't apply, because why am I going to pay Verizon's high price in an area where Verizon is not prevalent and is not a strong carrier? That's stupid to me.
I deem that reasonable. And I just did that in case I decided I want to put a reasonable stamp across. All right, so we've offered a couple of things for people to improve their success.
Can I do the bonus now? The bonus one that I had? That's not just for a man or a woman?
Oh, yeah. You know what? Go ahead.
Don't date unless you're healed. There you go.
Boom.
That is so important, because so often we go into relationships, a new relationship, with all the stain of past relationships. And when I say past relationships, I don't just mean romantic. I also mean familial and professional and any other like personal thing that you may have going on. We carry all of those things, all of those different bags into new relationships, and it negatively impacts us. So as you're looking and you're out on this dating market, please, please, please do not date if you're not healed. Therapy works.
What is the thing that people need to do once they get somebody to keep them?
I think, and this is so, I'm not going to tell other people what they need to do. I'm going to tell them what's working for us.
Okay.
Communication. Something that I believe that we do really, really well is we will have heart-to-hearts with one another. And we will give space for the other person to say how they are feeling. We won't just it's not like, King, I need to talk now. I don't care what you're going through. Like, I need to vent now. It's, do you have the capacity to hear this? Okay, you do? Well, let me share what's going on. Let me share what I'm thinking about. Let me share what's happening. And then wait for feedback from the other person. And I think that that is so crucial. So I will say that is something that I hands down believe can lead to success in a relationship. And I think if you forsake that, if you do all those inner monologue videos that we see all the time, then you're setting yourself up for failure.
Okay, I agree with that. Now, what I would offer to the conversation, it isn't something that we haven't already discussed in past videos of past live streams, but I want to emphasize it because I'll say it to people and people still aren't doing it. Be yourself. Be authentically you. You can only fake the funk for so long until your true self gets revealed. And then when it does, the other person almost has an instant disdain because they will realize that they've been dating with and talking to and spending time with a representative,
right,
and not you and your authentic. I don't know how many different ways I can say that to where people will say, yep, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And then I'll have conversations with them and I'm telling them, but you didn't show up authentic. Yeah,
right.
but, and I'm like, nope, stop right there. The yeah, but really invalidates everything that you said that you were going to try and do. People pretend that they have to be somebody once they get somebody roped in, but then they don't have the necessary tools and things because that's not who they are to keep them. So eventually, when the facade? When the facade goes away, you're left with just you, and what was you isn't what attracted them in the first place.
Can you? Oh, go ahead.
It's not that hard of a concept, and I'm tired of people faking the funk.
Can you imagine if, like, when we had first met at Ellie's house and then, like, we were having that Google Meet call that I said to you, King, I am a gourmet chef and, like, I love to cook. And if you make me your woman, I swear you will come home every day to a hot meal and you will love it, King. I promise you. Like, you will love it.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. It's funny.
Because he know that ain't me.
Let me tell y'all. So when I say that Michelle prepped my meals for the week, she prepped and she did a fantastic job. She made me some burgers earlier today that were good. Like, I'm like, all right, this is dope. Boom. Michelle's not going to cater an event, though. But I can say that, and she's okay with that. I'm not being disrespectful.
No, he's just being honest.
I'm just being honest. But she also knows that, too. Like, she's not going to be catered and then asked to come back for her catering food. Not like our lady, Chef Q.
Yeah, Chef Q, we'd hire you for all of that stuff. But yeah, not me. Not it. Oh, man, I'd have had a panic attack. You want me to do what? No. But no, what I enjoy, as you saw from the video that I posted earlier, what I enjoy is catering to him. Like, so I like making sure that he's good, that he's prepared.
Yep. And she knows what I like, and she knows how I like it. And that's another thing, too. When you're with somebody authentic, right? Mm-hmm. Anything that you've done to somebody else, that's going to work on them.
Yeah.
I need you to know me. You need me to know you so that I can do the things that you need for you.
And it's funny that you say that because I had an ex that, you know, I liked to bake and I liked to do stuff, and he would always negatively critique everything that I would say. And like that, as someone who loves constructive criticism, if every single time you ask me to do something, I do something, and then you negatively critique everything that I do, I'm not going to do it anymore. So I did dislike doing stuff after a period of time. It was just like, fine, starve. Now, it's different.
Well, fine, starve.
There's one meal that I totally bombed in making. One meal I totally bombed in making. And that's the one meal King also hasn't seen me make again. So it just is what it is. You remember the lasagna I made for you in Castle?
Yeah.
Totally bombed that vegan lasagna. I should have just made regular lasagna from them because that I know I can do. But
I just thought about that. Yeah,
that vegan lasagna, I bombed and I ain't never make it again.
I started to imagine, he was like, well, fine, we'll starve then. So a man just shows up at the table, and all there is a donut on a napkin. You want to critique me? Critique this donut?
What's the taste like? How's the flavor? Is it hitting? Is it hitting just right?
Oh, man.
I'm working on my petting. It's just a slow process.
You know, we both have improved since we've gotten to know each other.
We have. And I feel like we don't acknowledge that enough within ourselves. Like, we have made growth in strides, leaps and bounds, baby.
Look, it's like this.
Tell it.
Michelle and I started off as friends. If you ask her, she did everything that she did in her power to ensure that I didn't go nowhere. But she was smart for doing that. Now, what I'm going to say next about this isn't just about me, but it's about recognizing somebody that you deem as quality and good for you. When you find that person, appreciate them. The thing that Michelle does every single day, and even when she's not around me, I know that Michelle appreciates me. When people talk about her to me, they make that known. Funny thing, when people hear me talk about Michelle, it's the same thing. I would tell Michelle, I talk about her in a way that people know that I appreciate her. Some people say, oh, you're showing your love, but it's not just that. I appreciate who she is as a person through all the things, right? Because we experience a level of frustration. Not we. I'm not going to say we. I have experienced a level of frustration in which I even shared those exact words with you. I said, to this particular thing, I got frustrated by it. Now,
I've been frustrated with you.
And see, that doesn't offend me because at least I'm sharing my feelings about something instead of hiding it, which is what I used to do. Because I would know that saying something like that would be something that the other person really wouldn't want to hear. And I'm like, I don't feel like dealing with this. So I'd hide it. I wouldn't say anything. I'd be frustrated, but unless you could read my face, you wouldn't know. And then you might even read it in my face, but you might be afraid to ask me because you're not sure if you're wrong about what it is that you're reading.
Right.
But it's okay to be frustrated in somebody. It's okay. We're just over 2 years in. Just over 2 years in and not married because one of her cousins is 2 years in and they married. I was like, yo. But marriage isn't the end all be all, right? There are people that are on 5 and 6 marriages right now, Now, that's speaking to them and how they might value something. But for me, it's not just about marrying somebody. It's about appreciating the person that makes the choice to be there with you. Aww. Plain and simple.
I love you, baby.
I love you too. So if you find somebody out there in 2025 that you deem is authentic, that's not showing up, let's cancel all of these words that people don't know the actual definition to, right?
Demure?
like demure.
Sorry.
Like narcissist. It was a way overused word.
I'm not going to lie and say that it wasn't overused. However, that is a real thing.
I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that people did run into folks with narcissistic personalities or like borderline narcissists. I'm not disputing that. But just because something failed between you and somebody else
doesn't mean that
that person is a narcissist. It was like 9 out of 10 times when I'm hearing certain people talk about why it failed, they rarely talked about themselves. And it was the other person. And 9 times out of 10, you would hear, oh, he was a narcissist, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, but what did you do? That's just the way that I think. I'm like, what was your role in all of this?
Oh, I love you. You're awesome.
I sound like Exhibit.
You do. It's
yo.
Progressively.
Bars.
Yeah. We need to get you some water, babe.
All right. Look, that's our video for today.
Yes.
Not quite live, but you know what? We are still here. Now, if you're rocking with us, thank you.
Thank you.
For those of y'all that are listening to us on podcast, leave a review, leave a comment, right? Let us know where you're listening from. I'm looking at our analytics, and we're steadily getting more listeners on our audio only formats. And I would love to know who they are.
Where you're from. Come on, tell us, please. Invite us in.
And to our regular supporters, thank you. We have 2 t-shirts that we're going to send out to Tarika, who's one of our moderators. Fantastic person. I've met her in person. Thank you for supporting us, and we're going to send you something. And I think we owe Pete one as well. Or Pete asked, and we said yes.
Did he say his shirt? Did either one of them say their shirts?
Tarika did to me.
Okay.
I'll get Pete's for him.
Okay.
Yeah. And we just appreciate them wanting to wear ours, even though we paying for it. We appreciate them marketing.
But I was about to say, like, it's marketing. It's marketing, no matter how you look at it. Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, hey, y'all, this has been fun. My voice is gone, so I'm about to go not talk and chill.
Yeah. I wish I could be a little fly on the wall because I don't think that you know how to sit down and not talk.
Bet. What you see is what you get now. X. All right, y'all. We out. Peace. Bye.